The following is a presentation of Kamehameha Schools, Bernice Pauahi Bishop Estate.
Aloha, aloha kakahiaka. Welcome to Kulāiwi. This is the 10th in a series of 12 Hawaiian language lessons sponsored by Kamehameha Schools, Bishop Estate, in collaboration with the State Department of Education. O e kelakani au pi o crozier ko ui noa a o wau ke kumu no ke ia papa o lelo Hawaii. Aloha. Today we have a lot to do. We're going to be reviewing Aya Mahea from last week. Remember how to ask and how to respond to where. Aya Mahea, and then we'll be looking at a new pattern, how to say something like, you are the woman, or you are the man, like that, okay, that kind of sentence. They're called equational, but for the sake of just knowing them, it's just one side is equal to another, and we'll get to that when we go on. And we're also going to go over numbers. And so all of you who have been out there going, when do we learn numbers? And how can we say all of that? Today is the day, okay? And we have a lot to do. Nui kahana ike iala. Okay, so let me go over some numbers with you, our phone numbers once again. And then we're going to shoot straight to the vignette right away this morning, okay? Anyway, if you have any questions, about anything concerning Hawaiian language, of course, the Kulāiwi info line is always available, and it's just a machine. So when it comes on, you just give your name and your number and your question if you want, and someone will get back to you on Monday, hopefully. Okay, the number there is 842-8059. Okay, for those of you who are still interested in purchasing the tapes, the number there is 842-8876. Okay, for tape requests. Once again, individual tapes are $10, and the set from 1 to 12 is $96. Okay, so if you're interested in purchasing, just call 842-8876. Okay, and those of you who are really into practicing, okay, and really want to know some answers, and it's funny because this week I've met a few of you, and some of you are saying, oh, I really want to call, but you know, I'm so hila, I'm so ashamed. You know, my hila, don't be shy. Just give us a call, because that way I know what you're having problems with or what your questions are, okay? And remember, you know, it's just you and me, okay? And so the number for those of you on Oahu who want to call is 946-0700. And our ohana on the neighbor islands, you may call it 1-800-342-7949, okay, with your questions concerning today's lesson. And, you know, feel free, once again, you know, mai hila, vaiho ika hila makahale. Yeah, leave your hila at home and just pa'a ika hula, dare to dance, okay? Hiki no. Today's vignette takes us to the ticket counter at Mahalo Airlines, where Kunani has gone with his friend, Lawa'e, and they're going to be purchasing tickets because they're going to go to an Aha Olelo, a Hawaiian language conference in Kahului. Okay, now those of you on Maui are probably going, where's that Hawaiian language conference? It's make-believe, it's TV, okay? So anyway, you're going to hear that word, aha olelo. But once again, listen for those things that you recognize, and for those things that are new, pay attention, because after it's all Pau, we're going to go through it. So we'll see Kunane run up to the ticket counter and, well, maybe not run up, but walk up to the ticket counter and ask for a ticket, and he's going to spell his name. So I want you to take the time to recognize how he spells, okay? Because that's very important. There's a way to spell in Hawaiian, and remember in the very first show that we had for Kulāiwi, we learned how to spell in Hawaiian. And so he spells his last name, and his last name is Lunanui, yeah? O Lunanui Kona Inoa Ohana. And so he spells it La, U, Nu, A, Nu, U, E. And for those of you who've just turned into this show, what we're taking that out of is the Hawaiian alphabet that goes A, E, I, O, U, He, Ke, La, Mu, Nu, Pi, Ve. Okay? And so Luna Nui begins with La. U, Nu, right? He, Ke, La, Mu, Nu. A, Nu, U, E. Luna Nui. Okay? Anyway, take the time and watch how he spells his name. And he also has a kahako in his name, so listen how he throws that in also, okay? This is just a little review for us who are just so ma'a to spelling in Hawaiian, okay? Hopefully you aren't spelling things like L-U-N-A, okay, because it's not Hawaiian to spell like that. You have to spell in English. And I would like to say one thing, you know, about a commercial that we're hearing on the radio. I want to make sure that everyone knows that the word is not pukalua, it's pukoloa, okay, in pu'uloa by mapuna puna, okay. Sometimes I think, you know, when people want to say Hawaiian words, they over-exaggerate and say things like mapuna puna, okay. You just want to like choke their neck or slap their head, okay. And it's just, you know, simple mapuna puna, pukoloa, okay. This guy didn't have to like overdo it, okay. And you know, when you hear things like that, you shouldn't just accept it like, oh, well, they're just playing with the language. There should be something that stirs inside of you that says, hey, you know, we're not allowed to do that to other, you know, languages. Why should people be allowed to do that to our language? You know, we got to be careful. You know, that's Hawaiian is a very, you know, beautiful language, like all languages, and, you know, should be treated with some aloha. Okay? Anyway, that's my little complaint for the day. Okay, so let's go to our vignette. Sit back, relax. Remember what I said. Pay attention to the key words. Pay attention to those things that you do know. And those things that you don't know, don't worry, okay? We'll go over them. I'll see you as soon as we're po. Ahui ho.
Aloha, make wau e hele I ka hulu I ke olo.
Ai, hele mau I ka aha olela Hawaii.
Oh, mai kai. O mai ko inoa.
O luna nui ko uinoa ohana a o tunane luna nui ko uinoa piha.
E pela mai he aha kau helu kelepona.
O kunane, ke unu a ko nu e.
Mai olelo viki e hana ho ke olu olu.
Kala mai, kunane, ke unu a ko nu e. Luna nui, la unu a nu u I.
Helu kelepona.
Walu ha lua, walu lua kahi ha.
Walu ha lua, walu lua kahi kolu.
A ole. Walu ha lua, walu lua kahi ha.
E kala mai, walu lua kahi ha.
Ai, polole.
Kana walu kuma walu kala ke olu olu.
Aia, ai hea ka ukala.
Aia paha ki kala I loko kau eke.
Yaha?
Aia ki kala I loko kau eke. E nana oi.
A ole, au e, aia paha make ka ko I wau.
Oli pilikia. Ku aia oi ka liki ki mokulele.
Ai hea ka ukala. Aia maka noho? A ole. Aia malalo ka noho? A ole. Aia maloko nei? A oia.
Maui ke la. Nani o Maui, o lelo na poe I leila, o Maui no ka oe, no ka mea haʻahea o ka poe. Ike o ko ia halea ka la, ku haʻahea o halea ka la. E nāna o ko ma ka au a kau, o ka hoʻolawe ke la, he mokupuni ano liʻiliʻi, ke la a ka haʻahea loa na Hawaii, ke ia mokupuni ke ia manawa.
He lawa e, aia mahea kau mea paʻikiʻi.
Aia, e nāna I ka ukiʻi o Mālani.
Ai, aloha nui o I ke la kane.
Ai, o ku'ui po ke kane I kaika loa, o ku'ui po ke kane no hea loa, o ku'ui po ke
O
kane...
kau ipo ka pua'a nui.
Sa, a ole loa, lili oi.
Ai, lili wau. Ai nui oia.
Ai, a ka vivi oia.
A pehea wau.
Pehea oi.
Ai, aka mai wau, olu wau, olelo Hawaii wau. E noho kaua maluna o kela moku.
O ka ho'olawe ke la moku. Awe, pupule oi e kunane. Aloha wau ia oi, a ka o oi ku'uho aloha.
Ai, maupopo ia'u, o oi ku'u ho'aloha. O oi ku'u tika.
A oia.
Kala mai, aloha nui oia malani, a oia ku'u hoa pili. No ka mea, olu oia, laki olu.
Ai. E nāna, aia o malani ma oi, kaline ia kaua.
Aloha. How was that? Wa mai kai? Ai. Maupopo ya oko? Maupopo? Understand ya oko? Ai. Aole? They were a little Vicky, yeah, the way they spoke. Okay, let's start. Let's look at what he says first, okay? She asks him, "Owai ko inoa?" And he says, "O luna nui ko inoa ohana." Hikino, nana kako. O luna nui ko inoa ohana. Okay? O luna nui ko inoa ohana. Mai kai. Ohana, we got this pretty much, yeah. Instead of saying ko'ui noa hope, my last name, we used ohana, ko'ui noa ohana. And I think when we looked at, when we heard Tutu talking to Kunane about the family, about her family land, they used aina ohana. She used, ua ku'ai ke aupuni I ko'u aina ohana, ko'ui noa ohana. Okay, we're just playing with it, yeah, from aina to inoa. Hikino? So, o luna nui ko'u inoa ohana. O wai ko inoa ohana. O e kela, o kala mai. O kani au pio ko'u inoa ohana. Hikino? O kani au pio, I could just replace this. Okay, what if I was to ask you, o wai ko inoa ohana? Are you saying, o... Kamaka vivo ole ko'u inoa ohana o kaniho ko'u inoa ohana. I know Mrs. Kaniho is watching, okay, with her family because I met you this week, so you could say that. O kaniho ko'u inoa ohana. Okay? Hikino. When he wants to tell her that his full name, complete name, is Kunane Lunanui, he says, O Kunane Lunanui ko'u inoa piha. Piha, okay? I know we hear this word when you pau eat, you say, oh, piha ka opu. Yeah, the stomach is full. Same thing here, okay? Ko'ui noa piha. O kunane lunanui ko'ui noa piha. Maika, and while he's spelling, when he's spelling, he's saying, he's kind of spelling too fast for her. And so she says, mai olelo viki ke olu olu. And remember we had this earlier. Remember the commands, e olelo oi, e olelo Hawaii oi, e hele mai oi, e hele aku oi. And the opposite of telling someone to do something, e whatever, is mai. Yeah? Mai hele aku, mai hele mai. Yeah? Mai hele mai, mai olelo. So in this case she tells him, mai olelo viki ke olu olu. Viki, quickly, fast, okay? So, mai olelo viki. Anybody out there knows what that meant? Okay? If you know, give me a call. Let's see if you got it right. Mai olelo viki ke olu olu. Ke olu olu once again is, are you thinking? Please, that's right. Mai olelo viki ke olu olu. So he slows down, and he says it again. Then she tells him how much it's going to be, and he gets worried. What does he say? Where's my money? I'm going to give you some time. Just think about that. How would you say, where's my money? Dun, 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 dun. Okay? Aya ihea. Remember we had this last week. Aya ihea or aya mahea. My money, ka'ukala. Ka'ukala. Yeah? Aya ihea ka'ukala. Hikino. Let's take a look at that. Well, let's take a look first at what she told him. Mai olelo viki ke olu olu. Mai olelo viki viki ke olu olu. Hiki no? Okay. Remember this mai is the opposite of e, right? If the mai was e, we would have speak quickly, please, okay? In this case it says, oh, that's right, I'm waiting for a phone call to tell me what this means. Mai olelo viki viki ke olu olu. Hiki no. When he realizes he doesn't have his money, he says, awe, aya, okay? Aya, that's a real Hawaiian thing to say when you realize something went wrong. Aya, aya ihea ka'ukala, okay? Aya ihea ka'ukala. Now you may be thinking, hey, what is this ka'u over here? I've seen ko'u for my. What is this ka'u? Let's talk a little bit about that, okay? We've seen ko'u, ko'u, kona, okay? Now we're beginning to see ka'u. Well, there's also ka'u, kau, and kana, okay? My, yours, his. When do we know when to use an o, like in ko'u, and when do we use an a, like in ka'u, okay? It's simple, but it's tedious, okay? You just have to kind of remember these rules, okay? O things, and we're talking about the thing that's being owned. In this case, it's kala. Let's say inoa. Let's use that because we're to saying oi koinoa or ekela ko'oinoa, right? We used o for that one. Because inoa is something that you're born with. You're given at birth. You have no control over, okay? Those are the old kinds of things. Things you don't have control over having, things that you really don't have a choice in, and things that you're born with, things that you can get into or on top of, okay? Now, just instead of writing all this down really fast, think about it, okay? These are very personal things. Getting into or on top of something, something you're born with, something you have no choice in having, and something you have no control over having, okay? So when you think about your family, the old people are people like your makua hine, your makua kane, your kupuna kane, your kupuna wahine. Okay, those are all kinds like ko'u kupuna kane, ko'u kupuna wahine, ko'u makua kane, ko'u makua hine. Okay, now you're sitting there going, okay, so what are the odd things? The odd things are things that you acquire during life, okay, that you do not get into on top of. Okay, so things like money. Okay, now some people will say, wait, money is an old kind of thing because it's something you need to survive. There could be an argument there, okay? To me, my bottom line, and I'm sure I'll get some little bit flack for this, but my bottom line is, if you can justify why you used or it's up to you which one you want to use, because some things are certainly o, like your kupuna, your makua, a va'a, a ka'a, yeah, the canoe, the car, va'a, ka'a, things that you can get into, okay? But your keiki are things that you acquire during life. You have choice, okay? So as me think we have no choice, okay, but we do. My students are ka'u haumana, and I am to them, so they can say, oh, ka'u kumu, or ekela ka'u kumu, okay? And you may be sitting there going, oh, that's just too confusing, you know? But it's not. It's just a matter of remembering, and it's just a matter of taking the time to think about it, you know. And remember, once again, you're just learning Hawaiian language, so we don't expect you to be a whiz today, okay? That comes with a lot of ho'oma'ama'a, okay? So in this case, we're talking about kala, and that's why you're seeing ka'u kala instead of ko'u kala. You have any questions about that, give me a call and we can talk story, okay? So he says, aya ihea ka'u kala, okay? And he thinks about it, he runs to the ka'a, okay? And he says, aya paha ka'u kala, o kalamai. Lawa'e tells him, aya paha ka'u kala iloko kau eke. See this paha? This is not something new. We've had this paha before. But in this case, it says, maybe your money is where? Iloko o kau eke. Now, does everybody remember what iloko was? Iloko? Are you thinking? Inside, mai kai, okay? So aya paha kau kala, iloko kau eke, okay? You see how these two things, kala and eke, are things that you acquire, or things that you have a choice in having. And that's why we're seeing ko change to kau with a kahako. See this kahako? Kau kala, kau eke. Okay? So if you don't want to say, and so if you wanted to respond, yeah, maybe my money is in my bag. All that changes in this pattern is these two words, right? You tell him, aya paha kau kala iloko kau eke. And Kunani responds, aya paha kau kala iloko kau eke. Simple, ma'alahi, yeah? That's not pa'akiki. That's not hard. You can figure that one out, okay? Aya paha kau kala, and this paha goes right behind aya, okay? Maybe there's some doubt. Paha always shows a little doubt that something is maybe it's in your bag, okay? Aya paha kau kala iloko kau eke, okay? And he responds and says, aya paha ma ko'uka'a, okay? The thing that's in the car is understood. That's where it would have gone right in here, okay? We would, if we were to say, yeah, maybe my money is in the car, in my car, we would have put it here. Aya paha ka'u kala ma ko'uka'a, okay? But it's understood because we've established what we're talking about, so we don't have to repeat it again, okay? We can just get away with saying, aya paha ma ko'uka'a, okay? Hiki no. He gets into the car and he looks, e kala mai. He gets into the car and he says, aya ke kala makanoho, okay? Or aya ke kala, let's say, on top of the chair. Are you thinking, do you remember this from last week? On top of something? Which one are you going to choose? I'll give you your choices. Maloko, mawaho, maluno, malalo, mahopeo, mamuo, mavaina. Which one did you choose? Or did you choose? Okay, if you said maluna, polole oi, hikino, maluna o kanoho. Aya ke kala maluna o kanoho. Aya ke kala malalo o kanoho. Okay. Now he doesn't say this next one, but just for the sake of knowing the word, okay? Aya ke kala makapapahele. This is kind of a neat word. It means floor. And if you look at it, you can understand why it's floor. Papa is a flat surface, okay? Could be board, could be reef, could be this flat surface, okay? Aya ke kala makapapa hele. Yeah? This flat surface where you hele on. Papa hele. Floor. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah? Just remember, it's not mama hele, it's papa hele. Okay. Just a little joke to keep you interested, okay? Aya ke kala makapapa hele. And aya ke kala makapapa hele. But in his case, he finds it inside that little compartment between the two seats and he says, aya ke kala iloko nei. Okay, he doesn't say this part. He says, aya ke kala iloko nei. And some of you may be wondering, what is that nei? This nei is to say here, right here, okay? Is the money inside here, okay? That's why you've heard people say, Honolulu nei, okay? Like, nohoau ma Honolulu nei. Nohoau ma Honolulu nei, okay? Hard for you to say nohoau ma Honolulu nei if you're sitting in Hilo, okay? Nei is used for where you are at the moment, okay? So that's why he says, aya ke kala iloko nei, and he opens up his thing. Aya ke kala iloko nei. Oya, okay? And we threw that in there because we want everyone to recognize that that's how you say, oh, that's it. That's the one, okay? So now you have a new little thing that you can walk around saying to people, okay? Oya, okay? When you hear me tell you, oya, it's because you probably said it correctly, okay? Oya. You want to say that with me? Oya. What's the word for floor? Papahele. Hikido? Okay, papahele. So somebody asks you, oh, mama, Ayamahea kapopoki. Ayamahea kapopoki. Oh, aya kapopoki makapapahele. Okay? Not even going to translate because at this point you just so akamai, you knew that. Okay? Hikino. They're on the plane and the kuene, the stewardess, or we call them flight attendants now, said, Enana o ko maka au hema. Okay? Do you remember this from last week? Maka au hema. Which way? This way, this way. This is my au hema. Okay? Maka au hema. Hikino? Okay? And what's the other side? Maka au ako. My kai. Okay? Let me take a phone call. Aloha? Aloha? Okay, I guess that person is not there. Hikino. Okay. Enana o ko maka au hema. So what is she saying? Enana o ko maka au hema. Okay? Now, if you have any questions about that, just give us a call. You know, the last thing you should be doing is sitting there going, oh, I don't know what she's saying, you know, because there's this phone number, 946-0700. And for our neighbor islands, you know, 1-800-342-7949, that you can actually call and ask me instead of walking away feeling like, I don't know what happened today. You know, kele pona mai, kele pona mai, e olelo iau. You know? Okay, so she says, enana oko maka au hema, enana oko maka au ako. Okay? Hanaho, enana oko maka au hema, ainana oko maka au ako. She begins to point things out. Let's take a look at that. Okay? Enana oko maka au hema. Hikino? How many of you remember this from last week? Maka au hema. On the hema side, which is the hema side. Okay? On your left side, maikai. Okay? And look on the right side. What if, now I'm going to throw in a little thing here, I want you to think. What if she said, look to your right side? Not just the right side. How many of you knew which word to change? Huh? Enana oko maka au ako should be changed to what? If you're going to say, if she wants to tell all of you to look to your right side. Your right side. Okay. Okay. And she's talking to only one person. That means we can change oko to oe. Okay. Enana oe ma ko au ako. Hikino? You look to your right side. Maikai. Okay? Hikino. He asks her, Ayamahea kau mea pa'iki'i. This is just for new vocab. I'd like you to learn mea pa'iki'i. Hikino? Mea pa'iki'i. Camera. Okay? I'm not going to take it all apart. I just want you to remember that. Mea pa'iki'i. Okay? Mea pa'iki'i. And once again, we're using kau and ko because you don't come out of your mama's womb with a mea pa'iki'i. Okay? So if you're not born with this thing, it must be an kind of thing. Okay? And you don't get into your mea pa'iki'i. Okay? Camera, mea pa'iki'i. Maikai. Okay? All right, let's take a look at this next one. This is the new pattern, okay? The one I was talking to you about. O ku'uipo. Okay, now this is two words. A lot of us think ku'uipo is one word. It's not because it's a name. When it's a name, you can put, you know, the words together. But when it's when we're using it in a sentence, it's actually two separate words, okay? Ku'u, meaning my, and ipo. Now you're sitting there going, oh my God, we have ko'u and we have ka'u. What is this ku'u thing? Okay. Only with my do we have this kind of possessive, okay? Ku'u refers to things that you have affection for, that you have love for, okay? So ipo, obviously, I hope, is something that you have affection for, you have some aloha for. And so you refer to it with an endearing possessive, okay? Ku'uipo, my beloved sweetheart, my, my beloved, whatever it is. Okay, now some people like to say ku'uka'a, my beloved ka'a, and that's really, if you feel aloha to your ka'a, hikino, ku'uka'a, but you could say, oh, ku'uvahine, ku'ukane, okay, that's what that ku'u is, okay? So, Lawa'e says, o ku'uipo, ke kane ikaika loa. We've had ikaika before, okay? Loa, very. O ku'u kane, or o ku'uipo, ke kane ikaika loa. Those are two things that we put together. That one is this, okay? O ku'uipo ke kane ikaika loa. Are you thinking what that could possibly be? She says, o ku'uipo ke kane ikaika loa, o ku'uipo ke kane nohea loa, and he turns around, he tells her, o kau'ipo ka pua'a nui. Okay? Are you following me? You see how he turns around, he refers to her ipo, your ipo, as kau ipo. Yeah? Why? Because this is not something she's born with, not something she gets into on top of, or it's not something that she has no choice in having or no control. Okay? It's quite the opposite. She has choice, she has control, and she's acquired this person in her lifetime. So it's an all kind of thing. So he turns around and he tells her, o kau ipo kapua anui. Now let's take a look at this, and I'll show you why it's called an equational, because one part is the same as the other. Okay? Let's take a look. O ku'ipo ke kane ikaika loa. My sweetheart is the very strong guy. Okay? O ku'ipo ke kane ikaika loa. O ku'ipo ke kane nohea loa. Okay? Then he tells her, o kau'ipo ka pua'a nui. Okay? O kau'ipo ka pua'a nui. And where's the equal part of it? Over here, yeah? Your sweetheart is what? The pua'a nui. What is pua'a? Okay. Pig. Did you hear me do my pig song? Okay, well, I just didn't want you to think that's how I talk all the time. Okay, o kau'ipo ka pua'a nui. Hikino, pua'a nui. Okay, your ipo is a big pua'a. Okay, big pig. And does he sound a little lili? Okay, she tells him, lili oi. Yeah, lili oi. Lili. What is lili? Jealous. Okay, jealous. Lili. Okay, hikino, lili oi. Let's take a look, and then it goes on. He said he tells her that he, lili vo, and she says, oh way, and then he tells her, let's, e noho kaua maluna o ke la moku. I'm gonna say that again. I want you to listen. E noho kaua, remember this kaua, maluna o ke la moku. O ke la moku, Moku Island. And she looks out the window and she goes, Kulāiwi, o ka ho'olave ke la moku. Yeah? O ka ho'olave ke la moku. Like she would really like to go move with Kunane to ka ho'olave. Maybe one day, but not right now. And she says, o ka ho'olave ke la moku. Pupule oi. Okay, that's another one of those sentences. Okay, let's take a look. O ka ho'olave ke la moku. You see how you just take two things and you can just put them together because they're the same thing. O ka ho'olave ke la moku. That moku is ka ho'olave. Ka ho'olave is that moku. Okay? Hikino? Okay. Now I want you to think. Taking this pattern, I hope you've recognized that this pattern starts with O. Okay? That's how the pattern starts off. All of them. This kind of pattern starts with O. So I want you to tell me, you are my beloved friend. Okay? Now you don't have to think about what is beloved, because I just told you if you use a certain word for my, you're going to use the right word, the word that shows affection, okay? So you are my friend. I'll give you some time. Think about that. Okay? You, just one you, okay? Because I know you're sitting out there going, well, how many you do you want? Do you want oi, or lua, or ko? Okay? What oi? All right. Are you thinking? O oi, ku'u, friend. What is friend? Ho'aloha. Okay? O oi, ku'u, ho'aloha. That's right. See how simple? It's just you, o oi, ku'u, ho'aloha. You know, it's kind of like me, Jane, you, Tarzan, yeah? You are whatever, okay? O oi, ku'u, ho'aloha. O oi, ka'u, haumana. Haumana. Yeah? O oi, ke kane, if you are kane. O oi, ka wahine, if you are wahine. Yeah? Yeah, you know Dennis Kabakahi's song, Puahone? That's the first verse. It's this pattern. He says, O oi, ka wahine a ke aloha. Yeah? You are the woman of love. Wow, yeah, you see, they're going, yeah, I heard that song before. Now you understand what it says. O oi, ka wahine ake aloha, of love, ake aloha. Okay, so let's take a look at that. You are my friend. O oi, ku'u hoa aloha. What if I wanted to say, all of you are my friends? Are you thinking? Okay, or are you sitting there going, well, come on, tell us the answer. O ko. O'oko ku'u mau ho'aloha. Yeah, remember that mo? That word that just makes an S on the word, okay? Mau ho'aloha. You put mo in front of it and you make it plural without changing the meaning of anything, because mo doesn't have meaning. It just makes it plural. O'oko ku'u mau ho'aloha. What if I only wanted to say two out of all you people who are watching are my friends? O'olua ku'u mau ho'aloha. Hikino? Mai kai. Okay, let's take a look at that. O'oi ku'u ho'aloha. O'oi ku'u ho'aloha. Yeah? And what we did was replace this with o'oko. Yeah? Ku'u. And we just stuck mau in here so that we can make ho'aloha more than one. Right? Because this is plural. I cannot say, all of you are my friend. Sounds a little weird, you know. All of you, o'oko ku'u mau ho'aloha. Hikino, o'oko ku'u mau ho'aloha. Mai kai. He tells her, you are my tita. Okay, now I know some of us don't like that word tita. Well, and some of us use it. So I'm just going to use it for the sake of those of us who do like it. Okay, tita comes straight from the word sister. Okay, and so that's why we have words like this, and it's really a slang. It's not a real Hawaiian word. O'oi ku'u tita, yeah? Because she tells him, you know, brah, o'oi ku'u ho'aloha, you know, you my ho'aloha. And he says, o'oi ku'u tita. Okay, are you following me? You have any pilikia, please call. I don't believe it. We don't have one call, and the call we did have, whoever it was, hung up. Okay? Please give us a call if you have any questions. Oya ku'u hoa pili. Okay? Oh, now what is this? This is oya. Remember oya? You see how we can use it? It's not o oya. Oya. Ku'u hoa pili. This is a really good friend. Not just ho'aloha, but a close companion. Okay? Pili. Hoa pili. Oya ku'u hoa pili. I could use ko'u, that would work. But if I really want to show my aloha for this person, ku'u. Hikino? Oya ku'u hoa pili. Mai ka'i. Oh, mai ka'i. Wa kelepona mai ke kahi kanaka. Aloha. Aloha. Okay, away. Aloha? No one's there. Okay, we must be having some pilikia. Oh, here we go. Aloha.
I want to know this.
Excuse me, may I ask your name? Okay, hikino. Owai ko inoa?
Oi hoi ke ia inua. Pua o ka makahala.
Pua o ka makahala. Oia ko inoa?
O makalapua.
O makalapua, aloha.
Is that the same? Pua o ka makahala and o makalapua?
Aole. Aole. I don't think it's the same thing. But you know what you can do is call us at this number, 842-8059. And then we can talk story about that, okay? Because I think that's something that we would like to share. Okay, pua o ka makahala, I'm not real sure, but I know makala pua, you know, it may be that somebody put the two names and there is some kind of commonality, but I think we should talk story, okay? So if you can, please call me, 842-8059, and maybe we could talk story about the name, okay? Mahalo for calling, makala pua, ahui ho. Okay, back to this last one, oia ku'uhoa pili, okay? So hopefully if you have any questions about this pattern, this is not a real difficult pattern because it's just taking one part and saying whatever this is, it's also this side, okay? So he is my friend. Hikino? Okay. We have another phone call. So before we go into the numbers, let me answer the phone. Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha, oi ko inoa.
Ike Koino.
Aloha, Ike, and no hea mai oi.
Kahuku.
Kahuku, aloha. How can I kokua you?
I just wanted to know the rule on na as a plural because you mentioned mao
Yeah,
as plural.
yeah. Na means the.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike mo, mo doesn't have meaning.
I see.
You know, mo just kind of makes things plural. You put it in front of a noun and it goes plural. And the thing, the way it works in Hawaiian is you should have an article in front of a thing, okay? And then by an article, I mean like using ka, ke, or na, or a possessive, or kela, keia, or kena. One of those kind of words should go before a thing, okay? Now, if you use any of those words, like kela, keia, kena, okay, say I want to say these books, okay, then I would say keia mau puke. So that I don't change the mana'o of keia, but I just want to make puke plural so that it agrees, yeah? And that's all I'm doing. You just say keia mau puke. The thing with na is already plural, but it has meaning, and it means the. Okay, so when you say na puke, you get the books. So you cannot say na mau puke, okay? Because then it would just be redundant because na is already plural. And you don't say ka mau puke because you have a word like na, okay? So I hope that answers your question. And once again, you know, if you have any more you want to go on about, you know, you call me 842-8059 and we can make it even more clear. But I think that should suffice. That mo has no mana'o, it has no meaning. It just has a function. It's like a function kind of word, you know, so it makes things plural without changing the mana'o of anything. Okay? Mahalo. All right, let's jump into our numbers because our class is almost full. Time just flies, okay? Let's take a look here, okay? Now, here we go. Ekahi, elua, ekolu, eha, elima. Hanaho. Ekahi, elua, ekolu, eha, elima. Eono. Make sure we're saying eono and not eono. Okay, there's no okina between the e and the o, so it should flow. Eono, maikae. Ehiku, evalu, eiva, and once again, it's not eiva. I hear a lot of people saying eiva. It's eiva, eiva. You see this ei, eiva, umi. Okay, hanaho, eono, ehiku, evalu, eiva, umi. Okay. Okay, from umi, it's real simple to make 11, okay? Now, this kind of stuff you can find in almost any Hawaiian language book, but for the sake of us doing something today, let's try, okay? Let's go from umi to 11, okay? So all we do is this, umi, and we have the traditional way is umi kumama kahi, okay? But today, we hear a lot of people counting with kuma instead of kumama. Either one is correct, okay? I know, like, when I was raised in the church that I go to, everyone counts like this. Umi kumama kahi, umi kumama lua, umi kumama kolu, okay, for 11, 12, 13. And then when I went to the university, all of a sudden, kumama changed to kuma. And I thought, oh, you know what's going on? And it's funny because sometimes when I count around kupuna, they tell me, what is that kuma? Nobody counts like that. But it's just a shortened version of kumama, and it's not wrong, okay? It's just another way to do it. Neither is wrong. Both are correct. We just choose which one we want to use. So it's real simple. It kind of seems like we're saying 10 plus 1. Now, that's not what kumama really means, but if you think of it that way, it's probably easier to count. Okay, so if it's 12, then it's umi kumama lua. If it's 13, umi kumama kolu. Umi kumama ha, umi kumama lima. You know, it just goes on like that, okay? Until we get to 19, umi kumama iva. And you hear me saying that? Umi kumama iva, not umi kumama eva. You see what's happening here? All the a, let me put this back. What happens is when you add it on to the other word, you're seeing all of these a drop out. So that we have something like this. Umi kumama kahi. See, just the kahi goes over there. Okay? Umi kumama lua. Umi kumama kolu. Okay? Real simple. Okay? And some of you are saying there, oh man, I ain't simple. Easier to say 1, 2, 3. Well, you want to speak Hawaiian? You have to learn that, okay? And it's not that hard. Okay, 20 is probably the only strange one. It's iwa ka lua. Iwa ka lua. And once again, when you're going to make 21, simple. Iwa ka lua kuma or kumama kahi. Iwa ka lua kumama lua. Iwa ka lua kumama kolu. Okay, and it goes like that all the way till you get to 29. This is the key word. If you can remember that, you can link the 10s plus the 1s real easy, okay? Iwa ka lua kumama hiku. What is that? Are you saying 27? Akamai. It's 27, mai kai. After this, it goes on to the kana. And it stays real simple. Kana kolu, kana ha, kana lima. 60 would be, okay, let me put that one back up for you so you can see. What would 60 be if kanalima is 50? 60 would be kanaono, right? We're still taking off the a. Kanaono. Hikino. And not kanaono, kanaono. No okina, okay? Kanaono. Kanahiku, kanavalu, kanaiva, okay? And you want to say 99? Kanaiva kumaiva. 84, kanavalu. Remember the kana? Kanavalu kumaha. Okay? Okay, now that shouldn't be that hard. And our last one for 100, ho'okahi haneli. Okay? Ho'okahi haneli. 100. Comes straight from the word 100. Now this is a new counting system. You know, the traditional counting system was a base 4 kind of counting thing, okay? So let's take a look at our think time and see if you can do that, okay? It's asking you to tell your phone number, okay? So like our phone number in the studio is Eva Eha Eono Ole, 0, Ole Ehiku Ole Ole. Okay, 0700. Ole ehiku ole ole. Okay, and we'll be going to our Minuke Ha'avina, just so that you have a little time. I'm not going to give you too much time because, like I said, we had a lot to do and we still have to watch our vignette again so you can see how much you understand. Okay, but it's going to ask you to give your address and your phone number. Now, you know, an address would be something like ehiku ehiku ekahi ekahi ala nui, road, street, way, lane, path, whatever. Ala nui o kamehameha. Okay? Like that. That's how you would do it. Okay? And try that again. Okay? Say you live on 7711, and you can do it either way. You can say kanahiku kumahiku umi kumakahi, or you can say ehiku, do them in single digits. Ehiku ekahi ekahi ala nui o kamehameha. Now, we did it both ways. I'm teaching you both ways. You can use the A in counting like you're doing, but a lot of times you hear when people are giving their phone number or they're giving their address, they take off the A, and that's what you hear in the vignette when Kunane gives his phone number. He just gives the number part, okay? So it would be something like Valu ha lua, valu lima ole eva. Kalamai, valu lima ole eva. You drop off the A. Okay? So give you some time. Try that out. Okay? Just a few seconds and we'll be back. Okay? Ahui ho. Hopefully you've taken some time to think about how would you say your phone number in Hawaiian. Yeah, that's a simple one to start with. You know, like if your number was 456-1234, yeah? Ha, lima, ono, kahi, lua, kolu, ha. Yeah, real simple. And maybe you live on 94-324 Huki Huki Drive, yeah? Iwa ha, kahi lua ha, ala nui o huki huki. Huh? How is that? Okay? Anyway, something like that, real simple. Take the time to think about how you would say that. Phone number, ka'u helu kelepona. Address, ka'u helu hale. Real simple. Yeah? Helu hale, helu kelepona. Kelepona ring, yeah? Telepona, telefona, same thing. Kelepona, okay? All right, what is our value for today? It's ha'aheo, okay? Ha'aheo, pride, to be proud, okay? And, you know, there's real pride and then there's false pride. I mean, there's definitely pride in being Hawaiian. There's definitely pride in being able to olelo Hawaii, you know. And I was definitely ha'aheo to see last Sunday when we shot our vignette at the Halepule up at Kamehameha, to see so many people who watched Kulāiwi come out and just to see how people really, really want to olelo Hawaii. And maki vau e mahalo ya o kou. Because I know on a Sunday afternoon you could have been doing anything else, but you came and you helped us out with that vignette, and I hope you're going to enjoy it when you see it. It's number 12. It'll be the last vignette, and all of our viewers can see how people came out and they got to be extras and stand around and be in the background, okay? But that was ha'aheo. To me, it wasn't just ha'aheo for me, but it was ha'aheo for people to come out and say, yeah, you know, ha'aheo vo ika olelo Hawaii, you know, I'm proud because of the Hawaiian language. And so they took the step to come out and be with us that day, and that was maikai. But ha'aheo is a beautiful word, you know. Some people say, yeah, it's important to be ha'aheo, and I think it really is. But it's important to be ha'aheo for those right things. You know, it's one thing to have all of the markings of a Hawaiian. You know, you get the tattoo, you drive around big trucks with, you know, Hawaiian words on top and all of this. But it's another thing to be ha'aheo because you know how to carry yourself as a Hawaiian, to be able to make the attempt. Now, I don't say that you have to speak Hawaiian to be ha'aheo, but to make every attempt to learn olelo Hawaii, to learn about who you are as a Hawaii, as a Hawaiian. For those of us who are not Hawaiian, to live in Hawaii and to be ha'aheo means to go out and learn something that is unique to us in Hawaii, okay? And so all of you who are not Hawaiian, who are learning the Hawaiian language, ha'aheo oko, you be proud because you're doing a part of helping all of us out in Hawaii to preserve our mother tongue, because that's just so important. So remember that, you know, that we're ha'aheo. And when you listen to the vignette, you hear the stewardess talking about, kala my flight attendant, I got to keep reminding myself, flight attendant talk about ha'aheo, you know. So let's take a look at that and let's hear what she says. And I hope that you understood. And if you have any pilikia, make sure you give me a call, okay? Because as you can see, we're in number 10 and it's getting a little bit more difficult, okay? But sit back, relax, enjoy, pay attention to the vignette, and I'll see you as soon as it's pau. Ahui ho.
Aloha, make wau e hele I ka hulu I ke olo.
Ai, hele mau I ka aha o lelo Hawaii.
Oh, mai kai. O mai ko inoa.
O luna nui ko uinoa ohana a o Kulāiwi luna nui ko uinoa piha.
E pela mai he aha kau helu kelepona.
O Kulāiwi, ke unu a ko nu e.
Mai o lelo viki e hana ho ke olu.
Kala mai, Kulāiwi, ke unu a ko nu e. Luna nui, la unu a nu u I.
Helu kelepona.
Walu ha lua, walu lua kahi ha.
Walu ha lua, walu lua kahi kolu.
Aole. Walu ha lua, walu lua kahi ha.
E kala mai, walu lua kahi ha.
Ai, polole.
Kana walu kuma walu kala ke olu.
Aia, ai hea ka ukala.
Aia paha ki kāla I loko kau eke.
Yaha?
Aia ki kāla I loko kau eke. E nana oi.
Aole, au e, aia paha make ka a. Ko I wau.
Oli pilikia. Ku aia o I kaliki ki mokulele.
Ai hea ka ukala. Aia maka noho? Aole. Aia malalo ka noho? Aole. Aia maloko nei? Oia.
Maui ke la. Nani o Maui, o lelo na poe I leila, o Maui no ka oe, no ka mea ha'aheo ka poe. Ike o ko ia halea ka la, ku ha'aheo o halea ka la. E nana o ko maka au a kau, o ka ho'olawe ke la, he mokupuni ano li'i ke la a ka ha'aheo loa na Hawaii, ke ia mokupuni ke ia manawa.
E lawa e, aia mahea kau mea pa iki'i.
Aia, e nana I ka uki'i o Mālani.
Ai, aloha nui o I ke lā kane.
Ai, o ku'ui po ke kane I kaika loa, o ku'ui po ke kane no hea loa, o ku'ui po ke kane...
O kau ipo ka pua'a nui.
Sa, a ole loa, lili oi.
Ai, lili wau. Ai nui o ia.
Ai, a ka vivi oia.
A pehea wau.
Pehea oi.
Ai, aka mai wau, olu wau, o lelo Hawaii wau. E noho kaua maluna o ke la moku.
O ka ho'olawe ke la moku. Aue, fufule oi e Kulāiwi. Aloha wau ia oi, a ka o oi ku'uho aloha.
Ai, maupopo ia'u, o oi ku'uho aloha. O oi ku'utika.
Oia.
Kala mai, aloha nui o ia malani, a oia ku'uho a pili. No ka mea, olu o ia. Laki olu.
E nana, aia o malani ma oi, kaline ia kaua.
Aloha. Okay, we're maupopo ia oko. We're still a little bit fuzzy. Okay, it's gonna get better. Okay, we'll be watching again. We're going to have to run right away. Pono e hana avivi. Maki wau e mahalo ia oko, and maki wau ia oko e ho'oma'a. Yeah, I want you to practice. Okay, malama pono until next Saturday at 10 o'clock for our second to the last one. Ahui ho kako malama pono. Ahui ho e kua nani ka lei aloha me ku uwehi aloha nui wau ia oko. Ahui ho.